Philip HRGOViC and JOYCE, the big fight that's happening tonight, I think in Manchester. So, okay, JOYCE was originally going to fight Dillian Whyte. In comes HRGOViC. Dillian Whyte gets injured. In my final breakdown of this fight, a lot of people are backing JOYCE to lose his fight because of his knockout defeats to Zhilei Zhang. I kind of put that down to two things. Three things. Joe doesn't move his head. Zhang is a good boxer. And three, Zhang is a southpaw. So those two fights put him to one side. So he was getting nailed with big shots before. In the Joseph Parker fight, he was getting huge shots. I thought that Joseph Parker fight took something out of Joe before he went and fought Zhang anyway. The first fight, his eye was banged up. And they stopped the fight because his eye was done. So he get knocked out by Zhang in the first fight. The second fight, Joe came in. He knew he couldn't beat Zhang. You could see the confidence in his face. He was pushed into that rematch. He knew he couldn't beat Zhang. He knew it. He knew it from the first fight. So he came in there and he fought Zhang. He was heavier in the second fight, which was a miscalculation. He's slow as it is, so he came in even slower against Zhang and got absolutely torn up. As I said, he would get knocked out by Zhang. But as I also said, that Zhang would get beat by Parker and get annihilated by Ajit Kabayel. Stars make fights, okay? Zhang is good if you stand right in front of him and you let him hit you with a backhand. Zhang is not so good with guys who are movers, who've got lateral movement and who can move in and out and away from the left hand and can hit him back. And I know that Ajit Kabayel, as long as he gave lateral movement, in and out with sharp attacks, he was going to beat the crap out of Zhang, and you saw that. So stars make fights. Philip HRGOViC, I've never rated. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I've never rated Philip HRGOViC. I don't even know why people rate Philip HRGOViC. I don't mind the basis of why they rate him. What fight was it that was so spectacular? I've never seen HRGOViC look spectacular in any fights. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it. Right? He had the Zhang fight. Okay, he had some. I think his father passed away, so I'll excuse him for that. He didn't look great in the Dempsey McKean fight. Mark Namore, well, less said about that, the better. And then he fought Dubois and got his ass handed to him. So I'm not quite sure where everyone's rating this Philip HRGOViC. I don't understand the HRGOViC hype, which is what I call it. They should call him Philip Hype HRGOViC because that's what his name should be. He's hype. So coming into this fight, HRGOViC, we've already been told, is not in great shape. He's not in full shape. We know JOYCE fights only one way. He can't fight backing up. He's going to come forward. So I think this fight is between skill and will. If you're talking about the guy who's got the better skill, that's Philip HRGOViC. Boxing ability, speed, fast combinations, Philip HRGOViC. If you talk about will and mentally strong, that's JOYCE. JOYCE is mentally strong. He won't buy into the rubbish what other people are saying. I think JOYCE is one of these guys that, no, look, you know what? I can't beat this guy. I cannot beat this guy, right? And he knew that when he fought Zhang the second time. He knew he couldn't beat Zhang. The first time he fought Zhang, he got lit up and when he got hit with the left hand, he was like, oh my God. And he couldn't get out of the way of the left hand. So he got shocked there. In the rematch, he knew he was going to get beat by Zhang. He knew it. All the way he's playing around. This guy against HRGOViC. HRGOViC will make the same. I think HRGOViC, and then Gambling Man, I'm not a gambling man, but if I were a gambling man, I think HRGOViC makes the same mistakes again. I think HRGOViC comes in and he tries early to get JOYCE out of there. Why? Because he can't go 12 rounds. Because he hasn't got the stamina to go 12 rounds. I think HRGOViC should come forward and give it a try. But I don't think HRGOViC fights well going backwards. And I think that JOYCE is going to bring the fight to HRGOViC and not allow HRGOViC that space to throw them long arms and throw them shots. Therefore, you're going to have skill versus will. The will of JOYCE versus the skill of HRGOViC. But the mental mindset, the guy with the will and the mentality and the bloody mindedness is JOYCE. The guy with the skill but mentally frail is HRGOViC. And I think when it gets on top, HRGOViC is going to Hrgovic is going to crumble. And I'm going to say that despite Joyce's age and all that's gone on for him, I think this goes down as his best career win against Hrgovic. Yep, I'm going to take the chance because I can't put my house on a guy who's not shown me anything. I can't put my house... See, he's going to have to show me something. You're going to have to show me something, Filip Hrgovic. And so far, you've shown me in the amateur days when you fought Joyce, you jacked it in. You were ahead against Joyce in the amateurs in WBS or LBSB. You were ahead. I saw Joyce grind you down and win the fight. I saw the same thing with Dubois when I said Dubois would beat Hrgovic. I said Dubois will beat Hrgovic, grind him down and stop him. That's what we saw. And Joyce is more bloody minded than Dubois. Joyce is more bloody minded than Dubois and mentally stronger than Dubois. So he won't take none of Hrgovic's nonsense. He'll try to walk straight through Hrgovic. That was his problem against Zhang, against a guy who was heavier than and had one punch knockout power in Zhang. Whereas with Hrgovic, it'll be different. Hrgovic is going to be put on the back foot straight away, and Joyce is going to put that pressure on him. And with a better training camp than Hrgovic, I think he puts the pressure on. He overwhelms Hrgovic and stops him. Mid round, he stops Hrgovic. Anything from 5 onwards. Eddie Hearn says that Hrgovic will stop Joyce in a few rounds. Eddie Hearn's talk shit because when has Hrgovic been anybody of any elite level within a few rounds? He's talking shit. He wants Hrgovic to win, obviously, but Joyce beats Hrgovic for me in this one. The only way Hrgovic wins this fight is if Joyce gets hit with something silly and gets hit with a combination. I just don't see it because I think Joyce has got a good enough jab. His jab is like his right hand, and he hits Hrgovic in the face with that jab. I think Hrgovic will think twice before coming forward, and that is where I think Joyce will catch him. I think he'll catch him in an exchange when he's coming forward, and I think that'll set the tone. So I'm looking for Joyce to stop Hrgovic on the ropes like he got stopped by Dubois, being backed up, either running out of steam or getting hit with too many punches and just getting like bloody, like Joyce is walking through shots. The shots you don't see are the ones that knock you over, and the shot that Chisora knocked Joyce down with, he also knocked quite a few other guys. He knocked Mallet Scott down on that shot. He knocked down Kevin Johnson in that shot. I think he hurt Kevin Johnson in that shot. He definitely knocked down. He's knocked guys out with that overhand right. And he's hurt guys. It's not like Chisora can't punch. He can punch. So let's not think that Joyce got knocked down by a guy who can't punch now. And he was, Chisora's a 6'1", and what Joyce is 6'4", 6'5". So that overhand right, I've seen Tyson Fury get bowled over by Cunningham, right? Got bowled over by Cunningham and Nevin Pajcek. It's those punches you don't see are the ones that knock you over. And the one that Joyce got hit with, that left hand, he didn't see it coming. Straight down the pipe, didn't see it because he was committed to throw his own shot. And then he would have got knocked out by that shot. So I don't say that as punch resistant going. So the two shots that Joyce got knocked, the one he got knocked down by Chisora, he didn't see that one. And the one he got hit with by Zhang, he definitely didn't see one coming because he's already committed. So similar to the punch that Wilder got caught with Zhang, Wilder was overstretched, leeching, throwing his shot, and Zhang threw the punch. Nobody's giving credit to Zhang for being a smart counter puncher. They're just saying that, well, Joyce can't take a punch anymore. That's rubbish. I don't think Hrgovic is that good a counter puncher. He's not that good. So I'm looking for Joyce to stop Hrgovic rounds 5 to 7. Stop him. I'm not going with the bookies. I'm definitely not going with the media because they'll just say anything to make the promoter feel happy. So Joyce by stoppage over Hrgovic. And a bloody minded contest. And if it comes down to will and bloody mindedness, Joe by knockout. If it comes down to skill and Joe not throwing punches back and not taking Hrgovic in a dogfight, then yeah, I don't fancy Hrgovic in any dogfight because he's got no dog in him as far as I'm concerned. He's the man with a tin heart. He's got to prove me wrong now. He's got to prove me wrong. There was a guy, Vitaly Klitschko, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He fought Chris Bird. Short story. He fought Chris Bird, and that was his first loss. And it was a shoulder injury, I think rotator cuff or something like that. I think he quit on his stool. And the American public called Vitaly Klitschko a quitter. So when he fought Lennox Lewis and Lennox hit one of them uppercuts and he busted up in his eye and all that stuff, that's where he got his respect back. So that is how, and that's how Vitaly Klitschko rose in the estimation of people, because they called him a quitter. People want to see you rise. People want to see you do better than you did before. Is HRGOViC the guy that learns from his mistakes? I'm not too sure he is, because he did the same thing in amateurs as he's done in the pros mentally when guys put it on him. So has he improved? I don't think so. I think HRGOViC is a good talker, and I think he's one of these guys that failed to deliver on the big stage. I could be wrong. Let's see. I hope you enjoyed the boxing tonight. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, share, and enjoy the other content on the show. I'm playing FC25. If you like your football, come in, have a chat. And if you ever if you've got a football team you'd like me to manage, let me know. There's a live start point system where you play actually as the season's going on. Or if you'd like me to rebuild a football team, let me know. Leave the comments in the comment section. Of course, if you love boxing, stay tuned and keep supporting. Have a great weekend.